What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the USBC Open Championships. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date every time I drop a new video. And then if you like this jersey or any of the jerseys in any of my videos, you can go to coolwick.com and use my promo code MOTIVELOU10 so that you can get 10% off your entire order. Okay, so bowling the Open Championships is incredibly hard. This year at the Open Championships for the 2021 Open Championships was by far and away my best year at the Open Championships. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys what are some of the things that I saw that'll help me going into next year's Open Championships and hopefully help you guys along the way. The very first thing that I saw was that you needed bowling balls that are gonna offer a ton of control and give you the most amount of miss room possible. There is so much friction on the lane, so you're not gonna need a bowling ball that's gonna break loose or that's gonna hook a ton in the back part of the lane. You want bowling balls that are gonna offer a lot of control. So in today's video, we're gonna be bowling on the 2021 team pattern, which is 41 feet in length. I'll put it up here or over here somewhere. It's 41 feet in length, has about a 2-to-1 ratio, and it has about 25 mils of oil. So 41 feet of oil is about medium-ish. The volume of oil on the lanes isn't super high, so you're not gonna need anything too strong, you're not gonna need anything too weak. Like I said, you just want something that's gonna offer a ton of control. So I'm gonna go through what my way too early arsenal is for nationals next year and kind of just talk about each of these balls a little bit. So the first ball we're gonna take a look at is the Roto Grip Rubicon UC3. This past year at Nationals, 8 out of the 9 games I threw urethane, and it's been the best year that I've ever had at Nationals. So because of that, the first ball I'm gonna take a look at is gonna be urethane. Then the next ball we're gonna take a look at is the Storm Pro Motion. Now this is one that I didn't have at last year's championships, but it's one that I really wish I would have had because it offers so much control, and it's basically like a reactive version of urethane, like if that makes any sense. And plus, I know that we're bowling in the plaza, in the stadium at South Point, and I know that this ball rolls really good at the plaza. Now, the third ball we're gonna take a look at is this Idol Helios. The one thing that the first 3 balls all have in common is that they're all smooth, they all offer a lot of control. This is a ball where if those straighter angles, like the urethane ball or the Pro Motion, if they don't look great and I need to just start a little bit further in, I'm gonna really take a look at this Idol Helios. And this Idol especially is one where I can start in it and stay in it long term. Now the next ball, the 4th ball in the bag that I'm gonna take a look at is the UFO Alert. This is probably my favorite transitional ball, meaning it's the ball that I'm gonna chase in once the UC3 or the Pro Motion or the Idol, once they start to roll a little bit more forward, a little bit more flat, start to flat 10, I'm gonna get into this UFO Alert before I get into my more angular ball that we're going to take a look at. And then the last ball that we're going to take a look at is the 900 Global Zen. This is the ball that I'm going to go to typically towards the end of game 3 in team or into game 5, game 6 of singles and doubles when I really got to get left and create the largest amount of angles. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys have any of these 5 balls that I brought with me for my way too early arsenal prediction. There's also going to be links in the description where you can order either your Zen, your UFO Alert, Idol Helios, or Rubicon UC3. I can't give you guys a link to the Pro Motion because it's been discontinued, but the other 4 balls, there's definitely going to be links in the description for. That is the absolute best way to help support the channel, and the absolute best way to keep videos like this coming is if you guys are going to order these balls anyway based on the video or based on my recommendation, if you go through that link, like I said, is a direct way to help support the channel, and I appreciate you guys for it. I'm going to take you guys on the lanes now so that we can take a look at the 2021 team pattern for the Open Championships. All right, first shot here, just trying to get the ball nice and in front of me. Got that right a little bit. So I definitely can't miss right, so just be accurate here. Like that. So those are the first 6 shots there with the UC3. And honestly, if we were bowling for score, I would stay in this ball, 100%. I like what I see. I know that as long as I don't miss it right, that it's gonna strike and it's gonna look good. And I like throwing these kind of control balls on these kind of patterns. So now we're gonna get into the pro motion, and I'm just gonna bump left a little bit. Well, actually the first shot, I'm gonna throw it from the same spot that I was throwing this UC3 from. And then after that, I will bump left a little bit, just to create a little bit more shape. Let's get back on the lanes. Gonna move 2 left off that shot. See if this looks good if I shape it a little bit. No, it doesn't. So this pro motion will give me a very similar look to urethane if I don't need it to read as early. Because that looks really good. I missed right. Let's make sure we get this one up the lane. Luke, if you're watching, thanks for the recommendation on this pro motion, dude. Oh. So what I really liked about this pro motion, especially coming off the lanes after throwing the UC3, is that it let me play literally right on top of where I was throwing that UC3, but with a little bit more down lane and a little bit less in the front part of the lane. That one shot where I tried to move in a little bit and shape it, it just wasn't it. And the pro motion isn't a ball that I'm ever gonna typically try to shape. So it's nice to have a urethane type option without it being urethane. Like if I'm experiencing really early friction, maybe I can get into this instead of urethane. So now we're gonna get into the Helios, and this is where I'm gonna start to try to shape it a little bit more now that we're into like more traditional reactive balls. First shot with the Helios, I'm just gonna go a full zone left, go like 5 and 2, just to see here. Okay, about another 1 or 2. Gonna go another 2 off that 4 pin. 2 and 1 here. Good shot. Another 1 right, just because I didn't like how light that was. There we go. Just gonna try to repeat that last shot right here. Good shot. Gonna move everything in a little bit just to stay away from that friction. See if I can kick out that 10. Another one like that we get into that UFO alert. Just like that. So if urethane isn't in play, or if I feel like I have to get in and shape it a little bit, this Idol Helios is gonna be a really good option because it reads the front part of the lane and it comes around the corner and goes through the pins. When it sees the friction, it doesn't want to over jump, which on the fresh is something you absolutely want to avoid. So now we're going to get into the UFO alert. And I don't know if the lanes are developed enough yet to get into such a cleaner cover, but we are going to see. I'm definitely going to have to move a little bit further left and create a little bit more shape when we get into that alert. So let's get back on it. It's the same spot as the Helios here, just with a cleaner cover. Okay, so I didn't hate that shot. I just got to keep it a little bit more in front of me here. Gonna move 2 and 0 right here. That was definitely the move. Now I'm just trying to repeat it for a couple shots. moving 1 and 0 left off that super high shot. There we go. So the UFO Alert, having a cleaner cover, it forced me a little bit further right off that Idol Helios, which wasn't a bad thing. I thought it looked pretty good. And then once I got far enough left and got dialed in, I just made sure I kept the ball going up the lane. It looked really good. The big thing this entire video is don't miss right. And that's kind of the whole thing at the Open Championships is don't miss right, because on a typical house shot where the ratio is 8 to 1, 9 to 1, you miss right, it's gonna hook. Or if you're lefty, if you miss left, it's gonna hook. Here, if you miss to the outside part of the lane, it has no chance. So now we're gonna get into the Zen, and I'm gonna bump in a little bit and see if finally I can create a little bit of shape. Zen ball good. All right, let's try saying Zen ball good without going Brooklyn here. So the Zen, more than any other ball that I brought with me today, definitely allowed me to create the larger angles. Now, I'm not sure when I'm bowling the Open Championships, if I'm gonna be bowling like in February before my son Oliver is born, or if we're gonna wait till June, July until after he's been born. Either way, the Zen is going to be in the bag with me when I get there. But knowing what I know now and everything that I've seen from today, I'm definitely sticking towards the smoother, earlier rolling balls like the UC3, like the Pro Motion, like the Helios. So now I'm gonna get back on the lanes and I'm gonna show you a shot with, or a strike from every single one of these balls with the lines so that you can see just how different all these balls are. And remember, the Helios, or not the Helios, sorry, the UC3 and the Pro Motion are gonna be pretty much right on top of each other. So let's get back on the lanes. All right, so there you have it. Those are the 5 balls that I'm at least thinking about bringing to the Open Championships. When it's all said and done, I'll bring 8 balls with me. These are just the first 5 that I'm thinking. Of all the balls that I brought, probably the one I liked the least might have been the UFO Alert. And I only say that because it forced me right of the Helios. I never want to be ball changing and moving right. As I ball change, I want to keep chasing it into the pattern. I definitely don't want to be moving right. But all 5 of these balls looked at least pretty good. The UC3 on the fresh, like I said, if I was bowling for score, I would have stayed in that ball, even though the Pro Motion did look pretty good. So it'd be a toss-up between those 2 balls, which ones I would stay in long term. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these 5 balls you thought looked best, and what 5 balls you want to see me bring for that next video on the Open Championships pattern. And then also, just let me know if you guys are liking these kind of videos where I'm not just bowling on a house shot, kind of arsenal building stuff like that. I want to get into more videos like that. So click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time.